Eels are fascinating. However, they tend to suffer a bad reputation, usually because of this scary appearance. But this is just how they breathe. Because they don't have bony gill covers on their sides, they would use their mouths to orally pump water through the two circular openings they have behind their head. This way, they get to filter the water and obtain oxygen for breathing. As menacing as they appear, moray eels are not considered aggressive or dangerous if you respect their space, as you should with all marine creatures. In fact, most reported eel bites result from a diver sticking a hand into a crevice in search of octopus or lobster, or attempting to feed an eel. But still, they are not known for their beauty. That is, until now at least. One of those beautiful eels can be found in the Central and Indo-Pacific Oceans. In these waters, the beautiful snowflake moray eels are quite a common species. Despite of reaching up to 3 feet in length, the ones living in shallow waters are typically smaller in size. Its serpentine-shaped body has a light white-yellow colored background color, covered with a series of black and yellow mottled markings that can resemble snowflakes, stars, or flowers, giving it a series of physically descriptive common names. As a nocturnal species, they would spend daylight hours in saltwater reef or rock crevices. But when the night comes, they would stick their head out of their hiding hole to wait for small fish or crustaceans. Because of their poor eyesight, these ambush predators typically rely on their acute sense of smell to feed. But some eels have adapted a very unique way to feed. The garden eels of the Indo-Pacific Ocean. Garden eels may be small compared to other eel species, only ½ inch in diameter, but what they lack in size, they make up for in muscle. They would use their muscular tail to dig into the sandy seafloor and secrete a slimy mucus that acts like cement to keep their burrows from caving in. This way, they are able to poke their heads from their burrows in order to feed on tiny planktonic animals that float by them in the water current. In this manner, a group of these eels would turn the sandy sea floor into a garden of gently waving grass. Truly, a sight to behold. But of all 720 species of true eels on this planet, the most beautiful species can be found in the shallow waters of the Indo-Pacific and Northwest Pacific Oceans. The ribbon eel. Tiny dragon head. Long, elegant body. Gorgeous, undulating swimming pattern. It is considered as one of the most attractive underwater creatures on the planet. With such appearance, and growing to over 1 meter in length, some would say it bears a resemblance to a mythical Chinese dragon. Interestingly, after hatching from their eggs, every single individual is a male, with black, velvety hue coloration. But as they get older and larger, some start to develop female reproductive organs. While males morph into electric blue and yellow coloration, the females turn all yellow. And unlike most species, the ribbon eels tend to live long lives in the wild, often reaching up to 20 years old. But in captivity, they only survive for a couple of years, with many in the pet trade dying after just 1 month in a tank. Thus, it is best to just leave them alone and let them be celebrities in their own habitats.